African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command and combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the Special Military Operation 24th of October, 2024. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Kharkiv direction defeated formations of the 57th Motorized Infantry and 92nd Airborne Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 112th and 113th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Lipsy, Volchansk, and Okremovka in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 95 servicemen, 4 armored combat vehicles, 6 cars, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm self-propelled artillery unit Gvozdika, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, and 2 ammunition depots. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their tactical position and defeated the manpower and equipment of the 14th, 44th Mechanized, 77th Airmobile, 3rd Assault Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 1st National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Stelmakovka of the Luhansk People's Republic, Berestovoy and Novoigorovka of the Kharkiv region, Olivovsky Yar Ravine, as well as Serebryanskoye Forestry. 3 counterattacks by assault groups of the 60th and 67th Mechanized Brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the 119th Territorial Defense Brigade were repelled. The enemy lost over 490 servicemen, a tank, an infantry fighting vehicle, 4 pickups, a 155mm self-propelled artillery unit Braveheart made in the UK, a 155mm howitzer M198 and 2 155mm howitzers M114 made in the USA, an 85mm cannon D44 and an electronic warfare station Anklavin. Units of the Southern Group of Troops occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the formations of the 24th, 33rd, 54th Mechanized, 79th Airborne Assault, 46th, 81st Airmobile Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the 37th Marine Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Semenovka, Dalny, Svanovka, Seversk, Veseligai, Ilyenka, Elizavetovka, Chasov and Kurakovo of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to over 785 troops, 8 vehicles, 2 152mm D-20 guns, 2 122mm D-30 howitzers, 3 M113 armored personnel carriers, and 3 US-made 105mm M119 guns. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defenses, inflicting losses on the manpower and equipment of the 32nd Mechanized, 95th Airborne Assault, 68th Jaeger Brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the 38th Marine Brigade, the 109th and 122nd Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the settlements of Dmitrov, Dzerzhinsk, Druzhba, Rozovka, Sukhaya Baka, Grishino, and Zaria of the Donetsk People's Republic. 11 counterattacks by the 23rd, 93rd, 100th Mechanized, 5th Assault Brigades, 49th, 425th Assault Battalions of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 38th Marine Brigade, and the Light Assault Brigade of the National Police of Ukraine were repelled. The enemy lost up to 465 servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 M113 armored personnel carriers, and a US-made HMMWV armored vehicle, 2 Cossack armored combat vehicles, 10 cars, a 152mm Stubby howitzer, a 152mm D-20 gun, a 122mm Gvozdika self-propelled artillery unit, and 3 122mm D-30 howitzers. Units of the East Group of Forces improved the position along the forward edge and defeated the manpower and equipment of the 72nd Mechanized, 58th Motorized Infantry Brigades, the 48th Assault Battalion of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the 117th Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Shakhtarskoye, Trudovoy, Novopol and Makarovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. A counterattack by the assault group of the 113th Territorial Defense Brigade was repelled. The enemy's losses amounted to 100 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, 4 cars, 2 155mm M198 howitzers made in the USA, a 152mm D-20 gun. 3 field ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces inflicted losses on formations of the 35th Marine Brigade, the 121st, 124th and 126th Territorial Defense Brigades in the areas of the populated areas of Inzernoye in the Zaporizhia region, Lviv, and Gulets and Velitinsk in the Kherson region. The Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 65 servicemen, 6 vehicles, a 152mm D-20 gun, and a 152mm towed howitzer Mstab. A launcher for the anti-aircraft missile system IRIS-T made in Germany and an ammunition depot were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian armed forces groups inflicted damage on airfield infrastructure, concentrations of enemy manpower and military equipment in 139 areas. Air defense systems shot down 6 rockets from the U.S.-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket system and 77 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 646 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 34,250 unmanned aerial vehicles, 584 anti-aircraft missile systems, 18,785 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,478 multiple launch rocket systems, 16,657 field artillery pieces and mortars, 27,535 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.